This is the KBD67 V3. It is meant to be an upgrade for your KBD67 Lite, if, one day you find it to be a little bit too plasticky. This is priced at $135 and an extra $20 for the E-White version. Inside, you get your board, some hardware, and that's it. This is a full aluminium gasket mounted case that looks really good. It's a simple rectangle with curved cutouts on the sides that gives it a little bit of interest, but still minimal enough to fit in any desk setups. KBD's designs are really good. They are just minimal, but in a good way, never really boring. The same applies to this board. It is a two-piece design that holds the plate in between with gaskets, and at the back you get this engraved KBD fans, which looks way better than the Comic Sans in some previous boards. For the switches, I'll be using this, the Echo Vintage White. I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again. Echo has the best packaging for the switches. The experience is just different with these. The switch comes in at a price of $10 for 45 pieces. So 25 cents a piece, roughly. These are the lightest switch from Echo with the actuation force of 35 grams and bottoming out at 45. But it has an extended spring that is the longest in Echo's lineup, 22 compared to the 18mm in the red and reds and the lavender purple. For some, they are a bit light for typing and maybe better for gaming, but the longer travel distance does make the red and reds to be a better option, but it's all up to preference. Personally, I like how the switches feel and sound. They have the notorious echo clacks to it. For the keycaps, these are a copy of the ePBT Ivory. They are dice up PBT. You might have seen them in previous build. I bought this as a placeholder, but they have been one of my favorite sets ever since. The kit doesn't come with stabilizers, so I got my hands on these C3 stabs and they feel really premium, like really fancy. In the box, it comes with the sets of stabs and this a soulmate kit. So with this, you'll get the necessary items to mod your stabs like holy modding or Epsy. I just went on the traditional route and used band-aids to holy mod. I feel like the band-aids work better. Wait, you might be thinking, I got the board, the switch, the keycaps, the stabs, but I didn't get a PCB, and I don't have a KBD67 Lite on hand. This is where this comes into play. This is the cheap 67 that I got a while back, and I'm gonna use the PCB from this kit. It has the same form factor as the KBD, and from what it looks like, it should fit. I'm not a big fan of the board. It does sound really good, but it's really flimsy. Go watch the build to see more. Building the board up, I'm filling the cavity with modular foam, or if you have an extra $30 in your budget, you can get the brass weight, but it's not that worth it. That price for something you can't even see is not something I'm personally willing to pay. Just go get yourself some lunch with that money. Maybe treat someone. I don't know, it's your money. And speaking of money, I bought the PCB foam with the socket cutout to be placed under the PCB in the case itself. You can just use some extra PE foam or EVA, it does the same thing. I also bought the polycarbonate plate. I can modify the cheap 67 plate to fit the board, cut a few places up, but it's way easier to just buy the plate. But I am using the PCB foam that the cheap 67 kit comes with. I just have to modify it a bit for it to fit under the plate. Now to build it up. Wait, it won't go in. It's supposed to fit. It doesn't fit. What? It's not even long enough to reach the hole. Wait, no, don't you—
That's what she said!
God, what? At least the PCB is still working. The PCB is broken. No! Hey, does your cable look out of touch with your custom mechanical keyboard? Well, with CableMod Custom Cable Configurator, you can customize your own custom cable to fit your custom keyboard. With tons of options, you can make your cable special. Link in the description.
3 weeks later.
Okay, let's do this one more time. This turned out really nice. I love the build and it sounds really good. The clacks are just amazing. The only thing I would change is the stabs, maybe tune it a bit more. It feels really mushy and rally. I feel like $18 stab should sound way better than this. But should you buy the KBD67 V3? Well, yes and no. The asking price of it is a bit steep considering you just purchased a KBD67 Lite. If you are happy with the board the way it is, then it's not really worth the upgrade. But if you want that premium feel of a metal case and want more clacks instead of torque, then this is not a bad option. But like I said, considering you just bought the 67 Lite for $110 and you add $120 on top of that for only one keyboard seems a bit much. With that additional amount, you can just buy another keyboard, like a Tofu, or just add a bit more for a Q1. But it all depends on your preference, because if you really like the KBD67 Lite and you want to make it more premium, then go for it. You won't be disappointed. Hey, if you liked the vid, give it a like, and why not subscribe way down there. That's all from me. Stay safe and see ya.